Hey everybody, it's Christine. I am back live from the Hive for the second time today. This time we're going to be doing the Irresistible Blooms Stamp a Stack card class. So thanks to everybody for the... I was shooting to be 10 minutes early, and then it turns out that the cover photo again was too big to save. I was at the mercy of Kelly getting me a new cover photo on the fly. So thank you for your patience. I had hoped to be live a few minutes early, and then it just takes a little bit extra. And on top of it, you guys, we rescheduled this one to be at 3 versus at 5 o'clock because I told Tyler asked me to be his dinner date for dinner tonight. And so I was like, yeah, I can move class up. So... oh, I hope that we are going to be done by 5:30 or even 5:20 would be good, just so I can go in and straighten my hair for him. He likes that. So when I actually do my hair, you guys get me in the ponytail most of the time. For Tyler, he likes it if I straighten it and make it look nice. So I might try to do that. We'll see. I hope so, but this class is going to be a little more of an intense class, just like last night, you guys. Take a deep breath, and we're going to be cutting paper, and this one is a 15 card class. I am not making 15 cards with you right now. I'm going to be making one of each of the cards with you. But first of all, we will cut all the paper as a group. As a reminder, you guys, the replay is out there for forever, as long as YouTube allows it to be out here. You guys can, if this gets to be too much and you need to take a break, you can always tune back in and then always catch the replay later. When you catch the replay, also you can start me, stop me, pause me, do whatever you need to do to me to get it to work for you. Okay, so just a note on that. I think a lot of people are super excited for this Irresistible Blooms class. It is... oh, so pretty. These cards are amazing. They're so soft and soothing, and like they're just nice. And when Stampin' Up! Announced that they were going to be doing their online exclusives 3 times a year, I decided to add a Stamp-a-Stack into the schedule to do 3 Stamp-a-Stacks a year, and I'm always going to feature the main bundle. Hopefully it's always a good one. Irresistible Blooms kicked it off. Great. And so we do 3 Stamp-a-Stacks a year going forward now. So this is the first one. They do their online exclusives in the opposite month of catalogs coming out. So a catalog comes out in January, online exclusive in March. And then new catalog in May, online exclusive in July, catalog in September, and then online exclusive in November. So every other month they're launching new products. And so I'm going to be doing 3 Stamp-a-Stacks a year in conjunction with their online exclusives. So I definitely did try my best to include the frosted beads in this class. And so when I made my samples, I did use the frosted beads because they were part of the pre-order. And then within 24 hours of the pre-order, they were out of stock, you guys. And so sad face. I'll show them to you and to show you what they're all about. We'll do roll call. We'll get going in a moment, but I want to share with you some stuff about it. The frosted beads are pretty cool. They are not adhesive back. They're a little pot of gems here. There's a little pot of these. Hi, Susan Ray Hendricks. Hi, Linda Hall. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Sharon Land. Hi, Jean Maxwell and Mary Schreiber. You guys, I'm going to go through the real quick here. I see Sherry Martin's here. Hi, Shirley Malarkey. Hi, Laura Sullivan and Mary Carls. Long time no see for a bunch of you guys. Hi, Kathleen Anderson. Hi, Anna Carter. And she loves the classes. Yay. Hi, Sherry Everett. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Sarah Merchant. Linda Hunt is here as well. Hi, Sue Spigner. Hi, Debbie Gass and Barbara Rudolph. Donna Grushke. Yay. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. Ready and waiting. Yay. Love the purple hearts. Hi, Mary Lemke. All right. I think I caught everybody. These are the gems, you guys. They're not adhesive backed, and there's a little pot of them. They're just full of loose frosted dots. You guys, these are out at the moment. They have more inventory coming in. They're set for the first week of May. So you could add it to your list to get these in May. But what I had to do was make the executive decision not to hold off on this class until May. And instead, what everybody got in their... so if you were on pre-order and you're on my team, you could have always swapped these out because you got team pricing. But for those that got the class from me with all the goodies, I opted to put in these instead, and they match everything very nicely. These are the in color opal rounds. So just a slight disconnect. on the embellishments, but you guys, when we have to punt, we punt. And so that's exactly how we punted on this one. Hi, Catherine Healy. Hi, Susie Stocks. Hi, Heather Grotto. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Ileana Viquez, or Viquez. I think it might be Viquez. Just going to put it out here into the world right away. I've already sent out all the kits that I had already made up. Sherry Stewart, you got the one I had somebody that canceled on me on Wednesday. So Sherry, you got the last one that I had that was actually ready to go, just because I had a cancellation and she decided not to take it to go, which is fine. I work with people, especially if it's days in advance that I know that. So I am starting a waiting list. And so I know Susie Stocks, you're on the waiting list. If anybody wants to get on the waiting list that you've decided, oh man, I do want this class, I'm going to kit more up. I'm going to probably do it next week though. So not like in the next 24 hours to even a half a week. You guys, I got to build it into the wheel, right? Hi, Bonnie Kevin. Hi, Patricia Thomas. So if you'd like to get in on this class, it's not too late. I'm going to accommodate up to 8 total people. And I know, Susie, you're one of them. So I have it in my head that I'm either going to do 4 or 8 more, depending on how many people reach out to me in the next couple days. So if you're seeing this video later, in like a day or 2 or 3, don't hesitate to reach out, or even a week potentially, don't hesitate to reach out. I know after the last time I did Fitting Florets class, I had about 6 people that reached out to me that I had to say no to because I didn't, I just couldn't make extra because the product was gone. In this case, the paper isn't gone, the gems aren't gone, not the gems that we chose to go with. And then the designer paper is still available. So I can accommodate and make this happen, you guys. It's going to be 15 cards. I'm very fortunate because Gail Kane chose to do the online version, and she let me keep all of her stuff here. So I'm actually using Gail's paper to cut it up. And the cards that I'm going to make are actually for Gail. I'm going to make one of each of her cards up just because Gail doesn't have internet. She doesn't do YouTube. She doesn't have a printer to print off this. So this is my little gift to Gail to help her get her other cards made. So we're going to be using Gail's tonight, which is awesome, or this afternoon, I should say. Super cool. I also wanted to announce too that if you go in between my What's Happening video that I just did a little bit ago, I got the last chance printed off, you guys. So this last chance list, there's one for the mini catalog and there's one for the annual catalog. I am planning to do, hi Sandy Henniger, I think. I'm going to be doing a walkthrough with, I know it's super small, you guys don't even try to read it right now. You can download this off my website, you guys, and if you go to my website, which is cardsbychrisb.com. If you don't have somebody else that you've got this from before, you can go to my blog and newsletters and files, and I made them the last 2 things, your last chance list, AC, and the holiday mini catalog. All you do is you tap on it, and it brings up a PDF document, and you can print it or look at it from your phone or your tablet or your computer. So boom, that got updated, yay, and I printed my copy, so now I can highlight my catalog. So we'll do the last chance. I'm planning to this weekend is my goal. What else? If you guys missed the What's Happening video, you might want to go back and watch it. I apologize in advance for it being so long. I did not intend for it to be exactly 2 hours, you guys, but there's a lot that's coming up today and in the rest of the month, like April. So much stuff. In case you missed it too, if anybody wants to get any orders in today yet, it is the last day of the quarter and the month for me. So if you want to use an order today for like the Technique Club class, usually the Technique Club class is orders the 1st through the 10th of the month. I'll accept it today. Vinegar. Okay, like vinegar. All right, hi, Sandy Hinniger. I think I got that right. So just know if you want to get your order in today for the Technique Club class for April, I'll take it today, only because I'm trying to get a last little scrunch in here for the quarter. So, all right. It's a long video, you guys. I was really needing water after I was done. All right, so for Stamp-A-Stack, we had 11 amazing ladies that did this class with me on Wednesday night. I think that Sarah and Bobby were the only 2 that got every card made. They really cruised through them. For tonight then, or this afternoon, we have our attendees. Roll call. Brrr. All right, Gail Kane, Donna Gursky, Shirley Malarkey, Suzanne Neild, Francis Rodriguez, Kathleen Anderson, Kathleen's very first class with me. Kathleen, I hope you enjoy it. Kathleen was one of the gals that signed up for the fitting florets, but I had to tell her I didn't have any left. And so she transferred the money to this class. So I hope you enjoy this class. Mary Carls, Dawn Ablett, Carissa Alberts, Susan Bellamy, Laura Sullivan, Sherry Everett, Karen Woods, Jeannie Parker, Leslie McMinn, Sandy Wicklander, Sarah Merchant, Feline Mays, Pat Thomas, Gwen Petrashik, Barbara Godby. Hi, Becky Rohr. Anna said the What's Happening video was awesome. Good. I'm glad that you thought it was awesome. So you guys, after Barbara Godby, get this, I always have two of the same name, right? So after Barbara Godby, we had Barbara Rudolph sign up. And then Vicky Rodriguez, Becky Gandolfo, Annette Rollin, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Karen Stagg, Linda Hall, Kat Birch, Carolyn Ketchmark, Karen Forward, Ellen Brover, Sarah Mitchell, Sue Spigner, Becky Schlossnagel, Angela Knutson, Bonnie Kemen, Vera Anderson, Kathy McMahon, Deb Ryan, Latokia Trigg, and then we had Barbara Moynan, Ileana Viquez, Becky Rohr, Ramona Culp, Debbie Gast, Wendy Kruger, Mary Lemke, Dion Miller, Mary Scott, Kayleen Murray, Linda Hunt, Carmen Sanders, Pat Mater, Lynette Mooney, Beverly Smith, Mary Jean Kiepert, Michelle Dadson, Denise Paulo, Ruth Nicholson, and last but very not least, we have Sherry Stewart. So you guys, 61 people at the moment signed up for the online version, including Susie Stocks. She has signed up. Her kits aren't mailed yet, but so that's quite a bit, you guys. And 11, we kitted up for 72, you guys. And I think that we might have at least 4 more that are interested in this class. So don't hesitate to reach out if you want to get signed up. We'll do a door prize at the end for everybody that did the online version. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are here. I don't know why Heather's jealous. Maybe she wants to take the class. I'm not sure. You guys, the other thing is there's a PDF tutorial. And while I was waiting for Kelly to make my updated cover photo, I took the opportunity to go in and add it to my online store already. So in case anybody wants to get the tutorial, just know it's already out there. If you go to my Cards by Chris B, you guys, everything lives and breathes in cardsbychrisb.com. So if you go to the shop, online classes and tutorials, it's going to be way at the bottom. So if you're on your phone, you really got to go all the way to the bottom. And it's the last one. Irresistible Blooms Stamp a Stack online card class. And it's already here. So, I have the wrong price on it. Oops. Okay. So hold off. It is actually not 11. It's actually 13. So if anybody goes in and buys it right now, I guess you get a reduced rate because it's what it is. I just realized it's usually 4 cards is $11. 5 cards is it would be $13. So yeah, I'm not going to take the moment to go and update it right now. I'll update it right after class is done, but just putting that out there. So if you see $11 right now and you come back tomorrow and get it, it might be at 13. All right. So I need to make myself a note. Otherwise, you guys, I might forget that. Let's see, update. I please stamp a stack to 13. All right, I gotta put that on my computer. Okay, so let's get her moving. Let's get started, you guys. My goal is to be, my mom is calling. I will have to let her go to voicemail. So this is the set, you guys. It's called Irresistible Blooms. This is what was used for these cards. But Heather Grotto, she'd love to take the class. Oh, wonderful, Heather. That's why I was wondering what you were jealous. So let's make sure we add you here. So then I got you down. IB Stamp a Stack. If anybody else is interested while we are doing the class, I don't mind writing your name down on a Post-it note here or the slip here. So if the cards were designed in a way that you don't have to have the stamp set. But if you have it, it's awesome because it complements it really nice. All the die cutting, like where this circle was already cut out ahead of time, is done. Peaceful Moments is here. That was the add-on to use some happy birthday. And so it's always good to have some extra sentiments. So just know that that's what we did use for stamp sets and dies. These are the 5 cards we're going to be making. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I did mention that these include these loose frosted beads. Now, those are not in your kit. They are actually, you guys have these, right? So you might be a little bit more sparing with using your embellishments, only because there's probably 100 in, I don't know, there's a lot of these little loose beads. I'd use liquid glue to glue them all on. You might wait till the end and embellish, because then you might be able to divide them up more. I am not going to embellish any of the cards today. I'm going to let Gail do that, because I think embellishing is always one of the nicest and most enjoyable things to do on a card, is to get those gems on. So just a note, I'm not going to be doing any embellishing of the cards, and I think I'm going to opt not to Stella, you guys, just because I know that making 5 cards and cutting the DSP for all 15 is going to take us a little while. And I do have a hard stop at like 5:15 is in my head. That 15 minutes to get ready, right? That's all I need. So, but I will be, let's, as a group, we're going to cut all the cardstock. I'm sorry, all the designer paper that we need, and we are going to make one of each of the cards. So when I do a Stamp-A-Stack, you guys, I divide up the pack of envelopes. You get 20 of them. Hi, Karen Stagg. Hi, Jean Turbolegger. Oh, Heather Grotto, you're in Canada. Sad face. Ah, sorry. I don't ship to Canada. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, we could ask Rose. We should. That's right. You had commented earlier about that. I didn't connect that at the moment. Sometimes, you guys, I have a pretty good memory, but I don't always connect the dots the first time. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 times to connect dots. And Heather, I do remember you saying something on the last video about Canada. So we should see with if Rose would want to kit up this class, because she might. I don't know. I don't know if Rose is going to watch this or not, but we can always see once with Rose if she would want to do this class. I'm not sure. But, oh, I'm so sad. I got you so excited, and then, like, disappointment. Hi, Barbara Godby. So you guys got a half a pack. So people ask me in class why there are 5 extra envelopes. You guys, I don't do 15. I just did half a pack, which is 20. So just know you have a half a pack of envelopes. You can decorate them with the DSP, or you can stamp on them. You can emboss them. You can do whatever you want. Here are the 5 card kits. I should get the tutorial. Hang on. There's a tutorial. Sitting somewhere. Hang on. I sent this out to you guys last week, Friday already. So you may have already cut your paper ahead. I've got Gail's copy here. This is what the tutorial looks like. So if you look at it, you will see measurements. And you have pictures, you have in the beginning all the supplies that are used. And what we're gonna do as a group is we're gonna cut what you need for the 3 cards, right? So Gail is getting a perk here. She doesn't have to cut any of her designer series paper. I'm gonna do it for her and make her life a little bit easier, because she's allowing me to use her set here. So and once we have our DSP cut, you guys, then what we're gonna do is sort it into these card kits. So I would recommend, don't pull all these pieces yet. Don't, just leave them intact. There's a method to my madness with kitting these. So we're just gonna set them right there for right now, so that you don't open it. What we're first gonna do is we're gonna cut our paper. All right, so the paper is gorgeous, you guys, I love it. Hi, France Aldridge from Michigan. Yeah, so France, if you don't mind waiting and getting the PDF after I adjust the price, because it really, the price, here's my deal. France, I don't know if you caught it. So the PDF is really, for 5 cards, I think it's $13 for the cash price, and I think it's $14 if you pay via my website. It's something. I gotta just double check. If you guys, if anybody could just hold off until I get it right, otherwise it's gonna be a difference in amounts. And so I thought I was being proactive and getting it out there, and then I realized I had the wrong price. I have the right. Let's see here. Hang on. I know what it is because I wrote it on here. Order the online class is $14, and then if you pay with cash or check or electronic payment, it's $13. So I have it on here, guys, that I have the right amount, but I copied a previous tutorial that was a 4 card, and so the price in my system is wrong. So France, if you could hold off, that would be awesome. If Heather, you could always get the tutorial, but if you could hold off until after I'm done with class, I could update it. Hi, Quinn E. Casey. All right, you guys, back on track here. So I did have it right on the tutorial, but wrong in the purchasing. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to grab out some designer series paper here. We're going to grab out, I'm just going to grab out all of the sheets. There's 4 sheets of each pattern, so we're just going to pull them all out. so that we have them all. And it's this one right here. This guy right there. And I missed one, so let's go back and grab it. It's that one. So what I did when designing these cards, I purposely used the sheet only with one thing to cut, right? So these are only used for this card right here. You guys, thumbs up, ladies. Yes, you got it right, Linda Hunt. So when you open it, there is a sneaky peek of a piece right here. And I failed to put that as a picture back here. I only took the picture like that. And if you're wondering, there's an inside of arm DSP goes here. And so just a note on that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut 3 pieces of this one first. This has a pattern to it, you guys. It goes up and down like that. And so I wanna make sure I cut it with that direction in mind. Okay, so grab one of these pieces of paper and we're gonna look at here and say, okay, it's 5 1/8 by 1 7/8. For those that are seeing the tutorials for the first time, I generally work from the base up. So like it's a base and then the saffron layer, the white layer. And then I've got the saffron layer, the yellow or the DSP layer, and then the succulent arm. And then, so I kind of work my way up. So, cause some people in class were asking, well, which DSP is this? Like, how do I know which one it is? Well, it's 5 1/8 by 1 7/8 and a card is 5 1/2. So just slightly less of 5 1/2 is the 5 1/8 one. You could probably guess it was that one. But hi, Dawn Ablett, that's why it's great to watch the video. So what I'm gonna do is cut this at 5 1/8 this way, because that's how high it is. This is a little scrap. We'll figure that out later. And now we're gonna turn it and we want 1 7/8. So we can do this one for one card, 1 7/8 is for a second card, and now we're gonna use this one for the third card. So one sheet is giving us what we need for this panel, because we're making 3 of each one of these. So you want 3 of these pieces. Now what's left here, this piece is left and this is left. And if we look at the inside of the card, I have this little scrap. And I actually did put it this way, and I did have the leaves going the opposite way. It's hard to tell it, but that's here. You could also use this little strip on the inside if you wanted. And so I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut this at 5 1/8. I think that's about what it is. And then I'm just gonna cut this in half like this. And these are the 2 little strips I'm gonna use on the inside. Now, it says 3/4 by 5 1/16, right? If it's smaller or wider, or like if it's an inch, it doesn't really matter. It's just a little strip to decorate the inside. So that's what these 3 are, is this little inside strip. Then we have this piece and this piece, okay? So now we've used these 3. You guys have 3 more sheets left to make more cards, right? So I'm gonna just set these over there. And we're gonna grab this one. So this is the pattern for this one. Now, this piece right here on the back is 3 1/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, so let's cut it at 2 7/8 here. Let me think about this. Yep, you're gonna be able to get 3 out of 1. I think we talked about it last night or on Wednesday night. You can get 3 out of 1. So I'm gonna do 2 7/8, and it's by 3 1/8, right? So 3 1/8 by 2 7. So this is the inside piece here, okay? Then this, the leftovers is exactly 3 1/8, and so we're gonna turn it, and we're gonna do 2 7/8. And then 2 7/8. Okay, so now that gives us our 3 pieces. Now the reason that I put designer paper on the inside was to cover up the ribbon. If you want to wrap your ribbon all the way around and just knot it in the front, you can. I didn't want to do that, so I just put designer paper back here, okay? So that's why we've got those 3. Now on the front, this is the DSP that's 3 by 2 3/4. So let's see how big this guy is. He is 3. Okay, if you don't mind a little more yellow on the front, you could do this one at 2 3/4. And let's see, by 3. Oh, we got to do 3 inches. So it's not quite right. This piece won't work. It's just a hair too short. Yep, so that one won't work. But grab a new piece and you're going to do 3 by 2 3/4. So we're going to do 3 first. That divides it in half. And now 2 3/4. So this is the piece here. And 2 3/4 here. And then we need to get another 2 3/4 because it's already at 3. We're going to do 2 3/4. These are the 3 pieces that are going to go right here. Okay, so this is extra. All this stuff is extra. We're just going to put it on our done pile. So we've got 2 sheets left of this, 2 of this. We're just going to set it over there. That is it for designer paper besides the flowers. The flowers come on sheets that look like this. And, oh, I wish I had a Vanna White here. There's these, and then I thought in my head I was gonna fussy cut ahead of time. There's these, and then there's leaves. These sets of designer paper were primarily used for the flowers when they got used. So I'm not gonna think about these right now. I don't think I'm gonna worry about these at the moment. We're gonna worry about the flowers after we're done cutting the rest of the paper. We're gonna work on this one next. Well, let's go to card number 2. Let's see. 2, oh, perfect, that is number 2, awesome. So we're gonna set that there and bring this out. So this is this card. This front panel here is our 3x4. And then these little side strips here are the DSP times 2. So 5 1/8 by 1 7/8. So let's grab that paper. This was Karen Wetstein's favorite pattern is this one right here. And then here's our green right after it. So let's grab these 2 out. Now, I did a little trickery. 3x4 would be great. Like if you just cut it, at 4 and then by 3. But I cut off some of this top layer and then I cut some of the bottom. So how that works is, I don't think I cut a whole inch off because if you measure this, it was about 3/4 of an inch. That gets you this one, so you don't want to cut that off right there. So what I would do is cut off, I don't know, 5/8 or something, 3/4, something like that. So you're gonna cut a little bit off. I don't want to cut off that guy, that tall one. So we're gonna actually go just 5/8. We're gonna bring it back 5/8. You can use this on your inside if you want or something else. So I just cut a little bit off on the top. Now it's important to cut it at 4 inches. Because now when you cut it at 4, you're left with this extra piece. And then now you go by 3, 4 by 3. So that gives us 2 4x3s. One is more pinky and one is more yellowy. If you're not a fan of the yellow, you could always have used the sections from this one and this one, right? It's your choice. I will show you, I made a card just to see what it looked like with yellow. And I just wasn't complete with Tigger fur. I was not as enthralled with the yellow as the pink is so much prettier. So just so you know, you could always cut into 3 of the pages versus using the yellow section. So now we're gonna need another one because we only got 2 and this is a 3, sets of 3. So we're gonna cut off at the 5/8 mark. And then I am going to switch it around here and cut it at 4. And then I'm gonna cut it at 3 to give me my other piece here. This is extra, you guys. So what we're gonna do is set these with this off to the side on the done pile. We still have to cut this background here. This is this piece right here. There's no direction to this, guys. It kind of goes every which way. And we need 2 times 3, so we're gonna need 6 of these. And it's 5 1/8 by 1 7/8. So we're gonna do 5 1/8 and by 1 7/8. So we'll get 3 of them. We'll get 1, see, 2 and 3. So we got 3. So we're going to have to cut another sheet to get the other 3. Again, these could be scraps for the inside if you want. So there's 3 of them. And then we need, again, 5 1/8. Flip it by 1 7/8. And then again. And again. Okay. So these are the 6 we'll need, plus these 3. Now on the inside, I do have one of those flowers. You could always stamp if you wanted, or you could fussy cut or die cut out the flowers. So that's primarily what we need for this card. So we'll set this off to the side, flip to get to this one, and move this stuff out of the way. And our flowers here. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite oh, I love that one too, though. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so this DSP is the 4x4. So DSP 4x4. It's the front focal piece here of this card. And the same thing happens with this, though. I cut off some here, and then I cut off some here. I think the general consensus is that we cut 1 inch off the top, like that, and then we cut off 1 inch here. That gives us 4, and then we have 4 left. So you can save this. We'll use this other side for this side panel here. We could put that right there. So just hang on to this piece. So there's 1. So the unfortunate thing is with this, you only get 1 of these mats. Oh, I just hang on the floor. 1 moment, please. All right. With this, you only get 1 of these mats per sheet. So it's just how it goes. It's so pretty, I know. We're gonna cut another one. Cut that off the top. Cut the 4 off the bottom. All right, now it's at 4. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here, 4. Now, if you wanna cut your paper differently, you're more than welcome to. Save that, because that could be that inside. Because you could have, if you wanted, like, let's say you cut this, like, you could have cut it like at 4 inches here and save the 2 inches at the top, but then you're cutting right through a flower, and I don't want to cut right through the flower. So that's why I'm opting to grab another piece of paper. So 4 by 4, and then I'm going to cut it over here at 4. So I've got my 3 focals for the front. Okay. I noticed that what I did is on my sample card, I actually used the yellowy flowers over here, which works too. So there's these 3. Okay. Now there's more DSP on this card. There's actually a lot. So these are all 2x4s. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this, we're done with this one. So let's move this off to the side. We saved 2 of them, and there are it's this one right here. This with the stripies. I did use stripes, these stripe things on one side, and then I used the reverse on the other side. But knowing that I have these 2 that are left over, I could definitely use those on the inside of those 2. So we're gonna leave them. Just know you have 3 cards, and you need 12 pieces like this. So we're gonna go for this one. We're gonna turn it this way and cut it at 4 inches. And then we're gonna use this side, and we're gonna cut them at 2 inches. Remember, 4 by 2 is what this number is. So here's a 4 by 2 here. And then this is a 4 by 2 for the other side, right here. And then we have 1 more. Then don't waste this piece, because we can use this side. So we're gonna flip it over and do 4 inches. This is a scrap now. This would be on the inside. So we have this ready for the next card. So then grab another one of these and you're gonna cut it at 4. Oh, I just cut it wrong. No, I cut it right. No, I cut it wrong. Dang it, Bobby. Well, here, this one will work. Let's pretend I didn't cut that one. Start over. It should go this way. Okay, pretend I didn't do that. I was not paying attention very closely. I should have had it this way because what's happening is I'm gonna cut this like this. And now this gives me the other card one. And then it gives me the third card. I like the stripes going this way. So that's 1 card, 2 card, 3 card. And then this one, you can flip this over and use this as the inside there. These 2 will be the insides for another one. And now we still need 2 more. And I can use this, it's okay. I'm gonna flip this over now and use that. I had already cut it at 2. So here's that one. And then flip this over and grab another one. So all in all, I'm okay. I didn't do a big mishap with that, cutting it the wrong way. This is left over then, okay? So for each one of these, you need the 3 like this. This is a pair here. This is a pair, or a set. And then this is a set. Okay, that one's a lot. I admit, it's a lot. But I think it's okay. The nice thing is that they're easy numbers. It's 4x4 or 2x4. All right, so that one's good to go. Put that there. And then the peacock card is next. So this one we need this pattern right here and this pattern right here. So let's do this one first. Again, there's 3 cards. The height is the same, so it's 5 1/8 high. So 5 1/8 high. And then this one is 1 1/4. And then this one is 2 3/8. So we'll do 5 1/8 first. So 5 1/8. And we have here, I'm gonna just measure it because in class the other night, it's actually 1 1/8. Okay, so DSP 5 1/8 by 1 1/8 and 5 1/8 by 2 3/8. So we got the 5 1/8. Let's do a 2 3/8. We're gonna do 2 3/8. So there's 1, 2 3/8 here, the second one. And now we've got, I believe, 1 1/8 we can get from this yet. So 1 1/8. So we got 1, little baby scrap. So that's what we got there so far. Then you're gonna take another one. You're gonna do 5 1/8. And now we need another 2 3/8 here. So that gives us our 3 of these. And now we need a 1 1/8. A 1 1/8. Okay, so that gives us the 3 and the 3. Perfect. All right. You guys, I haven't seen any comments come through since I started cutting paper. Either it's overwhelming or you guys are intently watching. This is extra. We're gonna put it over here. Again, I have stuff on the inside, right? So that's where I used up, like when I had these little things, I had these little side scrap things. Like I could use those. And so we're just gonna do a 4 incher and a 4 incher. And for this one, we'll just cut it at 3/4 by 4 just to have it. There, so you could cut your insides if you want to use the inside. So that's for that. Then we have this piece left. Oh, it's so pretty. We did the same thing on here. We kind of cut a little off the top and we cut a little off the bottom and then we split it in half. So you can see that that guy goes up, you know what I mean? So we did cut off a little. So we're gonna cut it, I don't know, a 1/2 inch off, right? Oh, I got really close to it. And now you're gonna do 4. The magic number on this one is 3 by 4. So Now you got to cut it in half at 3. So this is the outside and this is the inside. So I did that a little lower than I should have in my head. So I'm gonna not necessarily measure, I'm just gonna make sure I leave a little gap. Main thing now is flip it over and do 4. And now you're gonna do it at 3. This is the outside, this is the inside. And one more, because this is 3 cards, this is the extra pile so far. So again, we're gonna cut a little baby scrap off the top. And then we're going to do a 4 and then a 3. Outside, inside. There we go. That's what we need for this one. And then on to the last one. So this one, okay, this one uses this piece of paper that's left, and it uses this leaf one. It uses some of this stuff right here. So let's talk about this one first though. This piece is the DSP that is, says 4 by 3 1/4. So it's 4 this way by 3 1/4 this way. We talked about, could it be 4 by 3? It could, but then you're gonna see it more, it's gonna be shorter on both sides. And not the end of the world, but that's just, we wanted to make sure it went to the edge here. So it is 4 by 3 1/2. So you have some options here. How do you wanna cut it? You want 3 1/4 this way by 4 this way. So I think if we do 3 1/4 here, it's gonna leave us with a long strip on the side, and you could always use that for your envelope flap if you wanted. So 3 1/4 wide by 4 high. Make sure your leaves are going the right way. This is the piece now that goes back here. So we need to do that 2 more times. So we're gonna do it again at 3 1/4 and then by 4. There's that one. And then 3 1/4 by 4. Like that. Then that leaves these little strips on the side. And that's from these leaves. Hi, Kathy Frogger. From France, it looks like. So we need this side though. They're little 3/8 in strips, right? And I have the measurement set at 4 inches, but when you have them at 4, it's not quite centered top to bottom, but it's like a good number, right? 4 is always a nice number. I would have done these, and I think I'll do it for Gail's cutting here. I'm gonna cut them at like 4 1/8. Let's cut it at 4 1/8. And that might be too much. Let me measure really quick. I would do 4 1/8 is gonna be perfect. I would do it at 4 1/8, but 4 or 4 1/8, either one. We're gonna cut it at 4 1/8, and then that is a scrap. We might use that for our leaves. Now we need 3/8 inch. It's really hard to do 3/8 really close to the crack here. So I like to work backwards. So this paper is 6 inches minus 3/8 is right here because it's 1, 2, 3. So here's my first strip. And then I'm gonna keep working myself backwards. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, I'm counting the medium lines. So that's 4. That's for one card. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I feel like the count, ha ha ha. 1, 2, 3, ha ha ha. And then another one, 1, 2, right there. All right, so that's enough for 2 cards. And so you guys, it's nice to have a big piece of paper to hold on to while you're doing this. Hi, Deb Norman, thanks for mentioning not to forget to hit the thumbs up button. There's 2. I lost track, but I think that I still need 2 more. Yes, 4, 4, 2. Okay, and over here's another one. Hi, Ramona Culp. And then the last one. So that seems a lot easier than trying to line it up at 3/8 every time. I'm not going to salvage any leaves off the back side of that, so I'm not going to worry about it. And we're going to put this pile over here, and we're going to have these leaves and flowers handy for when the time comes. And I think, you guys, we've officially cut everything we need for the cards. All right, now that we have the DSP cut, let's sort the DSP into our card packs. So what does that mean? Okay, that means now you get to take, this is the extra. So if you get the team pricing from me, like you take advantage of the Be Happy Stampers team option, you would get this pack from me because you are going to be supplying all your other stuff, your other products. You buy them yourself. And so just so you know, there's a bunch of people, there are about 12 people that took advantage of the team pricing option. You got all this cut for you. So what I'm going to do is just slide the bag off, okay? And what happens is I noticed this is how it should look. I don't know how we got it backwards for some people, but I think for the most part, this was right for all the to-go people. It was the in-person that we might have been off. This is actually 2 cards. So at the change in the soft succulent to here, that's 2 different cards. This one is this one is the peacock one. So what you're gonna wanna do is grab all this stuff and drop it on that pile. And then the first card that we cut designer paper for, you wanna drop all that stuff on this card pile, okay? And then I would leave them, I'm just gonna set these as piles behind me, okay? And then this one has 3 card kits in it, you guys. So when you slip that plastic off, this one right here at the change in the soft succulent, that is this top one right here. So put that with that. This flirty flamingo one is another card. That is this one right here. So pop all these on here. And then this one right here with the succulent or the soft seafoam goes on that. Now we've got our cards ready where I'm gonna make one of each with you, and we're gonna start with, which one are we gonna start with? We're gonna start with that one. So I'm gonna just set these, you guys, if you've got space, it would be good to just set these behind you on piles. Don't worry about anything else except for the one we're working on, okay? Laura says, oh boy, that was a lot. It sure was. Oh my goodness. I could not agree more. That was a lot. So what I want to do with you now is make one of these, just so you know how to do it, because once you know how to make one, you should be able to make more. So what I'm going to do is pull out one of the soft seafoam bases. Okay. You should have, here are your little toggles. You should pull out one of the mats, that's that size. 2 of these. Now, here's my disclaimer, you guys. I am so sorry, but I tried to make up for it. I accidentally had my helper emboss Blushing Bride instead of Petal Pink. I didn't know what to do. We were kidding him up. I did not have time to emboss more, but I did go upstairs and I cut 3 Petal Pinks for you. So you're gonna have 3 Blushing Brides that are embossed, which is how I have them in the inside of the card. But the Blushing Bride is embossed, and I did not need strips of Blushing Bride embossed. You guys, this is a gift, but an accidental gift. Do with it what you want. If you want it embossed and you don't have embossing tools at home, you could use the Blushing Bride. If you have something that you can emboss these with, go ahead and emboss them with the painted texture or any other embossing folder, but this is the Petal Pink that was intended. So we are going to do that. Kathleen, have to finish on the replay. All right, no problem, Kathleen. But just so you know, anybody that's watching, if you want to use the Petal Pink, I advise if you want to emboss them, or you could just put them flat. It doesn't matter. Grab out one of your little labels and grab one of these guys. You're going to need to have 2 of these right here. And you need to grab one of these, which is your mat here. And that should mean that you should have 2 left of everything, or potentially 4 if there's 2 of things. All right, so let's get that line back up for Gail so that she's ready to put this together. And we'll set that in here. And I'm gonna move this behind me because I don't need it at the moment. And we're gonna work on this. So for this one, you guys, I did pull in, oh man, where's crumb cake? Crumbs of the cake. Over here, hang on. Nope, okay, not there either. Trying to think where I used crumb cake. I know we're gonna need so saffron. Oh, crumb cake's the last one on here, right there. Well, hello. All right, stamps are all coming from the Irresistible Blooms or Peaceful Moments. And in this case, we're going to use Hooray, It's Your Day. And we're going to use Happy Birthday on the inside. There is a glitter right there. Okay, so I'm going to practice on the back side. Yes, I hope that you have a great dinner, Kathleen. We're going to put this one here. Okay, I see something on my stamp. That's good, I practiced. The other thing you guys could always do is before you, hi LaShara, you could always Stella the labels before you actually go to stamp on them to give that little bit of Stella. Now I had said I wasn't gonna Stella everything, but I forget to share that with you guys from time to time. So we're going to stamp the Hooray, It's Your Day there. And then on the inside, I've got Happy Birthday. When you go to stamp the Happy Birthday, I would highly recommend putting this down as a guide so that you know that you don't center it when you go to stamp. Happy Birthday. Now, if you choose to want to stamp flowers and leaves on the inside, you could do that over here. I opted to use designer series paper, and I'm gonna let Gail figure out what she wants to do with her cards. But that's it, you guys. There's really not a lot of stamping on this one. It's really just sentiments. So let's go ahead and we're gonna grab Gail's ribbon as well because these are gonna go to her. I think we always talk about that. The hardest thing about ribbon is opening up the ribbon. All right, so this is that white organdy ribbon. It does leave little flakes everywhere. Sometimes it just, there's little glitter bombs in this one. So what we're gonna do is cut what we need here. You guys, sometimes I don't use my ribbon scissors on ribbon that has this metallic flecking in it because it could also dull your scissors. And then what I'm gonna do is just tie one into an overhand knot here and have that ready. So that's what the ribbon is for this one. Okay, so we got that set off. So the thing about these product-based classes, when I give you guys rolls of ribbon like last night, I cut it off as I use it. Yes, Anna Carter, the Stella pen is on my site. If you go to, like, let's say cardsbycrispy.com, you go to shop now, and it takes you into the online store. Just search for Winka Stella. The item number is 141897. So we're gonna get a little glue happy. Just, not yet. One moment, please. I noticed on here, I almost glued it without having my ribbon. So we gotta watch these kind of things. If I would have put the ribbon behind here, you would see it back here. So the ribbon is ultimately actually behind the designer paper here. So we're going to, that's why I know I cut the ribbon right away. So that, you guys, and I learned to use I use this to collect all my little my tapies here. Wait, so this one is gonna go right here about, and just flip those tails back there. They'll catch the tear in tape. And we're gonna pop these on. And now we're gonna get glue happy on this. So grab the liquid glue and we're gonna do a little bit on this one and our green pieces here, like that. This will go onto the petal pink piece. Petal pink's carrying over. You Guys, soft sea foam is carrying over. The other thing I should have told you to do too, since you guys are cutting the DSP yourselves, before you put glue on, it doesn't hurt to line up your paper over the white piece, like over your mats, because you could always trim them beforehand, like before you get glue on them. So this right here, you guys are gonna have to fold it in half and burnish it. And then this one folds in like that. And what happens now, you have these little pieces here. They're just little 2 by 1.5s probably, and they're scored in the middle at 1 inch. And what we need to do is we have to get these, we're gonna prep these over here. We're gonna prep these with glue. There's our panels. These are our little tabs. And the tabs will go on first, and then the panels next. So these tabs, all these, and I mentioned in the tutorial, you guys, just it's easier to watch this. You want all of these to kind of meet in the middle at that fold line. So the score line here and the score lines. And so what this is doing is it's creating these little tabs that glue on. And now we can put this one on. That goes over the top, like that. And then this one can go this way, like that. And then you've got these little tabs. All you're gonna got lost, then my sister called, so I will catch the replay. All right, Linda, bye. Then this one, we put a little glue there. And then you just set this down on it, right in the middle, centered left to right, top to bottom. Like that. And that is what is connecting these, like the front panel to that. So it kind of makes it like, kind of goes back and forth. Now, the Hooray I popped up with dimensionals. What I would probably do is create a channel, just because that ribbon is there, and I like to have the ribbon or the dimensional hitting the paper for sure. So I'm gonna do a track on the top and a track on the bottom. That's gonna go like that. And then we are gonna use, is anyone buffering? I'm not buffering, Sarah. I'm watching right along with you guys. So it has to be, when you guys are buffering and nobody else is buffering, then we determine that it's a personal problem with your internet or something's going on the person on the receiving end. So I haven't, quote unquote, had any problems with buffering now for about 2 weeks, which is yay, good. So I put a little glue dot there, and I'm just gonna put that little overhand knot right there. And that one, we're gonna trim it just a hair. There, hair. All right, then on the inside, you guys, what happens if you want to do any stamping down here, you could. I'm gonna let Gail figure out what she wants to do, because she can always add it herself. And for the one strip that's left here, this petal pink, now if you're at home, again, you could emboss this before you put it down here. The main thing that you do when you put this down is you want it to be popped up so that that catches it. So what I'm gonna do is alternate these back and forth like that. And then I think Gail will be okay if it's not embossed. I think I like the petal. Everybody voted in class on Wednesday that they wanted the petal pink. And so they're happy that I added the petal pink versus just putting Blushing Bride in, because the petal pink, it matches better, right? So we've got that. Laura said a jet flew over the house and she lost power. Wow. Okay, now you guys, I mentioned at the beginning of class that I wasn't gonna put embellishments on, but with these you could pick some of these light green ones, you could pick some of the light yellows, or even some of the pink. They would be fine. So we're gonna let Gail do her own embellishing. So that's gonna go over on this pile. One down. Yay. Okay. We're going to go on to our second one. So let's grab, which one do I want to do? This one is a nice, easy one. I love it. You guys, I think this was a fan favorite on Wednesday night. Oh, Peacock. Are we happy that Peacock is coming back? I am. I had to beg and borrow and make trades. Beg, borrow, and trade. That's what I did to get enough Peacock for everybody. And I have enough to accommodate some more people yet. We're going to do this one. So now you guys got to grab out one of those. Grab one of those. One of those for the inside. One of these. Grab one of these. One of these goes back here. We need a little circle. Communion host. That's what we said. That's what the ladies were saying on Wednesday night. There. And then we have, you need two of these. So one goes behind here. One goes. Oh, Sherry loves Peacock too. Awesome. So you have 4 more of that left. You have this for your inside. And you need Peacock. Okay. I'm going to set this behind me because I'm not going to worry about everything else that's in here until the other, Gail gets to make those cards. All right, so that means it goes on this pile. Okay, so this one features the amazing Pretty Peacock, which is coming back. You guys, yay, so excited for that. I'm so happy my Peacock, my pad. So there's been some talk about the pads going kind of wonky. I do notice on my pad here, you see that, right? I see that weirdness that's going on. It still stamps okay, but I will probably get that replaced when I can get a new one. So you guys, when you fold this, you're gonna fold the one side in. Anna says it's a beautiful color too. Then when you put this one down, how I do this is I bring it in and I butt it right up to the other one, the other seam. I hold that and then I burnish. So that means that they meet right in the middle. Okay, and that little side is over there. We need hello. You called. Is it me you're looking for? Oh, Deb Norman says they're in a possible Category 4 storm watch area. Is that for, yeah, so much weird weather going on here. You guys, I am going to put the hello on the back just to see what I've got. Good. And then we're going to stamp that there. You guys, that's it for stamping. It really is. That's all that she wrote on this one. I have something right there. Okay, that's it for the Pretty Peacock. You guys, sorry I didn't get to use it more than that. I had it all over my fingers though. So we're gonna set that there. Now you guys, we get to get so glue happy. You're gonna be like, whoa. All right, we have this one, these two, and this one. For those that are new to watching me, this really scares some people, and it's okay. Tigger's not here right now. Tigger is in the house at the moment. So as long as I'm holding this glue bottle open, I like to take care of a lot of things at one time. And I do this when I'm card making upstairs or wherever I'm card making. You just gotta be careful that you don't drop things into, oh, I cut that wrong, didn't I? No, I didn't, it's perfect, okay. Just a little white border around the edge there. Then this one is here. Hi, Debbie Gas. For evening evergreen could work, like, and do it at second strength, or soft succulent could work as well. Debbie, the other thing, Debbie, yeah, Memento Basic Black could also work, no problem. What else do people suggest? You could go for completely different and use like a rich razzleberry or blackberry bliss. You could do a pop of color with it, right? Do a complementary color with it. And that would not be a problem at all. So that's gonna go here. And this one goes here. Do you have any of these kits left for Teamer? Deb, I'm planning to do only non-team member. So it would be the whole kit and caboodle is what I have planned. I was gonna kit up 8 of them, including all of the product. That's what I have what I'm planning for. This one is gonna go here. So I did notice that on this, I have a little bit more white on each side, and I just don't like that. So I am going to just trim a hair off of each side. I should have done it before I glued it, but I'm gonna go a little bit more like that. So I know Susie just signed up for it and she got the whole kit and caboodle, and she's gonna actually have me save a little shipping and send it with you in a couple weeks. so that always works out good. So you guys, then we're gonna take these and glue these in. So even though this is a fun fold, it's not a crazy hard fun fold to do. So let's move that over there. This one goes on this side right here, like this. This one goes over here, like that. And then we have our inside right here. You have evening ever, and I was thinking go opposite. Yes. Yeah, do them different if you want. I think Rich Razzleberry or Blackberry Bliss would be a nice complementary color with Pretty Peacock. So do just a different color altogether, and then it's gonna look more intentional. All right, so there we go. We've got this going on. Now, what I would do, this one goes on the inside. What I did for this, I would put 4 dimensionals down the side here, like this, and put this top one on, because you don't want an adhesive over here. So we've got that, and now center it top to bottom, left to right, perfect. And now I'm gonna do liquid glue on the bottom one. And what I'm gonna do is put liquid glue here on that left side, and then I'm gonna put liquid glue on the right side and a little bit in the middle. And people ask, well, how do you line this up? Well, I'm gonna get this down, gonna think about where it needs to go. I'm gonna shut it, and I see I'm a little tall, so I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm gonna bring it down a hair. And because of the liquid glue, you can move it. You got to move it. And now it lines up right where you need it to be, and you don't have glue hanging over either of these sides. Very fun. Now, ribbon, tear and tape. And we are going to put a couple pieces over here, waiting in the wings. Grab your circle. You guys, after last night, you probably realize I like to do loops and tails a lot. So we're gonna do a loop and a tail, cut it, add a little tape, take it off, and now we need a tail. 2 tails, you guys, 2 tails. Make another tail, just like that. And then cut it off from back here. Secure it with a piece of tear and tape. And we're going to put a dimensional and a dimensional. Get there. And that little guy is gonna go right in that middle between like this guy and the edge. It says hello. And I actually cut my tails at the length that I think that they're perfect. So I'm gonna leave it just like that. And now you guys, on this one, for embellishing, you could definitely use soft succulent or evening evergreen. You could even pull in the purple, would be pretty, because the purple would kind of match this, or the pink would even match some of the organdy ribbon. Whew, you guys, I think we got 2 easy peasy lemon squeezy cards done here. All right, so that one's good. Again, I'm not Stella-ing anything, you guys, but you could Stella all of this designer paper. Like, it's so hard not to Stella, but you could Stella all these little leaves like this. So cool. Stupid question. When you get a new bottle of liquid glue, is there something on the top you have to poke or something you get to get the glue come out? No, Catherine, it's not a stupid question. I will tell you, you open this and it should come right out. There have been glues in the past that have hardened, and as hard as you can squeeze, it comes out like a mass. It's really weird. Like, think chunky monkeys. I don't know. Those glues are bad. I've had 2 times in the last 3 years where me or my customer has gotten glue that just is squeeze and you squeeze and you squeeze and nothing comes out, but then all of a sudden, boom, it like blows out harder, it's weird. So those are not good. Those are defective glues, and Stampin' Up! Has always replaced them. So just know that if you have a glue like that, it's probably not good. It's not like Stella where you have to take that black ring off of there. Okay, so we have 2 done, you guys. Awesome sauce. All right, let's stamp these off because I know we're going to be needing these momentarily for other things in life. So let's stamp that and stamp that. All right, then we're going to go to this guy and we're going to do our flying seagull card. This one is one also, that's a dry chamois, you guys. That's hard. I need to soak that. Oh man, that one needs some rehydration. But we're gonna grab the other one and clean these guys. And they'll be ready. So the next one uses the hello again. That's why I knew I wanted to clean. This one I did reference in the PDF tutorial. You have one really hard to get a drip out. So is it brand new, Catherine? Did you just purchase it? If it's within 90 days, Stampin' Up! Will have no problem sending you a new one. You should call them. They're gonna want your order number that it came off of, and then you're gonna have to tell them the item number, and they'll send you a new one. If any of my customers order glue through me and that happens, please reach out to me because I can help you get a new one. But I know, Catherine, you probably got that through yourself, would be my guess. So this one's next, you guys. So let's grab that pile and let's grab all of our bits and parts. So we need one of these, and I'm going to grab the darker pink one. So that's done. So these are the 4. You need to grab 2 of these So Saffron Emboss. You guys, you know I love painted texture, and it actually did carry over, so I'm excited for that. So those 2. You're gonna see 4 of these little Flirty Flamingo arrows. It's not a mistake. It was intentional. I made too many. I really made too many. So you guys, you only need 1. And you can use the other 2 for your other cards and find something to make pretty with the other one. I'm okay with whatever you do with it. You're gonna need the So Saffron arrow. You need a so these little hexagons come from Something Fancy. You have a white one and you have a saffron. Then you have the yellow piece that is your mat for here. So grab one of those. And you need, look at how good they did laying these out, you guys. So you need 2 of these. Diana, my mom, laid these out. You need 2 of those, leaving 4. And then you need 2 of the bases, leaving 4. So you need 2 of these. So leave the 4 left. We'll leave those here for Gail. That's extra sauce here. So I'm gonna put this to the back because Gail can make these other 2 herself. All right. We learned in class that it's very important that you fold this correctly. So when you look at this, you guys, it's scored at 2. I got the measurements. I just want to make sure I have them the right way. Yes. So this little panel right here is skinnier than these other ones. So it's scored at 2 1/4, 4, and 6 1/4. All right. It's very important that you know that hang on. I got to get it situated this way and this way. They're mirrors to each other. So this is important because I had Bobby that we didn't realize it and we just put it together and she had to pull it apart. So you want, these are 2 1/4. This is 2 1/4. So do you see this skinny panel right here? Thanks, Susie Stacks. The little panel is right here and then the little panel's over here, right? So you got to make sure that those little panels are towards the end and towards the end, okay? So what happens, this side folds back like that. And then this side folds back like that. Okay? Then this one folds like this. Okay, just so you see that. And then this one folds in like that. So ultimately, that's what we're gonna end up with, okay? But for now, let's just leave these flat. And our goal, hi Carol Alanis, our goal is to just to make sure that these are about the same height. If one is slightly, like you guys, I'll be honest, I cut these on a trimmer and I cut like about 20 at the same time. It could be a hair taller or shorter, right? And if that's the case, just trim it right now. But this one is perfect. And so what we need to do, what I would do, is grab your tear and tape. And I would grab 3 pieces this long, and we're gonna butt these up together like this. Oh, and it moved just as I did it. Okay, let's go back like this. There's one. We're butting them up like that, and then this one. Okay? What's gonna happen then is this piece of yellow sits right in the middle, and you're gonna have a little pink overflap here, just a little pink, and there's gonna be a little pink, like your steak, right? Just a little pink, or your hamburger. All right, so what we can do is peel these off. Oh man, my little tear and tape came backwards. All right, and there, and now this, so I would measure this too, just to make sure that they're about the same. So I'm gonna go with it this way. This gets liquid glue on it. Hi, Lisa's Basic. That gets liquid glue like that. Okay, and now just set it right on here. And you have, just center it. There's a little bit of pink showing on each side. Okay, I will show you that little pink. So there's a little pink there, and there's a little pink there, okay? So again, those 2 little short panels are here and here. Now what happens is that folds in. You can burnish it. Okay, so that goes on the inside. And then this one folds in as well. Burnish it. So now those, you can see our, goes like that. And it lays flat to be exactly A2 size. And it's our caw-caw, caw-caw, our flying seagull, right? You're like this. Da-da, da-da. Actually, that's upside down. Here's our flying seagull. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. So right now, it doesn't matter if it goes this way or this way. It's completely interchangeable. We need to make sure we get our ribbon on. So let's do this piece next. We're going to set that off to the side. There is a little bit of this. Don't know how I got that. That's how birds sound to me, I guess. So we need 4 pieces of tear and tape. And we're going to prep them along the bottom edge of this piece right here. And let's cut off what we need here. And that is going to go, I don't know, about a 3/8 of an inch from the bottom, something like that. You guys have wiggle room on that. Just flip the tails over, catch that tear and tape. And then you've got these waiting over here to secure it and make that little ribbon sandwich. There we go. Now we can go ahead and glue. We can get glue happy actually, guys. So let's show you what I mean by that. This is ready to glue. That's ready to glue. These are ready to glue. These are interchangeable. People ask me what's the top and the bottom. Painted texture is so interchangeable. You could do it either way. So those are ready, and then these are ready. You ready for it, guys? Ooh, okay. We're gonna get glue happy. Boom. Yep, I thought about it twice before I put the glue on. Get that one. Oh, I don't know if I've ever done 8 things before. Actually, it's 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. This one goes right in the center here. Like, oh, I gotta move you over here just a little bit. That's good. This one goes right here. This one goes in the short panel right there. This one goes on this side like this. Okay, so that's one side. Now let's flip it over. This one goes over here. This one goes right here. And this one goes right here. That's what I've got. Okay? So that's, you can kind of see that at an angle. So when that closes, it's like this, but you have it up, it's like that. And what's left now are these two pieces and our two pieces on the back. So what, because you need to be able to write a love note on here, right? I think. So that's what I did back here. So let's grab, you guys get to do some stamping. Yay. All right, let's grab this guy right here. So how I would do these pieces, I'd put them up next to each other, like bottom up together. And we're gonna use the flirties of the flamingos. And we need saffron. Oh, the fold again. Yep. So this is one piece. The shorter panel is here. This is one piece and it folds here. So one piece is here and the shorter panel's here. Okay, so this is one piece. Okay, this is the other piece. They connect. It looks like they're butted up together right here. Okay. So I'll hold it like this. Hopefully that helps you. We need flirties and flamingos and granny apples that are green. So we're gonna do a little bit of flower power here. And we need some leaves. Let's see, what did I use? Nope, I used the smaller one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold these together. You know what, it might be helpful just to put a little bit of washi tape just up here to help hold them. And we're gonna put a flower there and a flower there. And then we're gonna put a hello on the white thing here. Mary, did that help? Thanks, Ileana. We're gonna put a hello you called right here because that's on the front. And I think that's it for the flirties. And then we have, saffron, the little baby leaf. As a little one somewhere hiding, a little baby leaf. Not seeing it at the moment, but let's go back to our granny apple green. There's a little baby leaf. Maybe it's still on the table. So for this one, I'm not gonna ink up. I did, I guess. I inked up the whole thing. You could skip doing just the little tippy tip of the leaves here. And I'm gonna put this one going up the side here. And I'm not gonna do that tippy tip of the leaf again. I'm gonna put this one like that. Not doing the tippy of the leaf. Maybe we'll do that one going that way. And I feel like I'm gonna do one more. And I think one more. Just because I want that little area filled in. Okay, something like that is good for me. And I think that's it for Granny. Let's just think about this. Where could that little baby stamp go? It's that little guy is what I'm looking for. And it's not there. So let me see here. Not that. Not that. One moment. things that make you go, Don't see it. Okay. I could have sworn it was around here. Well, we're going to take that little bit of washi tape off of here very carefully that it doesn't rip your paper. These will get glue, so let's glue these. And not upside down. So if you guys like the Flying Seagull card, just know this card is going to be used again in game night next week. Wait, let's look at this. Okay. Okay. Check it twice, right? Not that you glued upside down like I did. I accidentally glued it upside down. I had to put new panels over the top. Mary Lemke, are you good? I'm not sure if you're still working on the fold, but I'm hoping that you're good. This little hexagon thing, you guys, I tricked a lot of people on this one. How do you cut the hexagon? It needs to get cut right in the middle, I think. Like from here to here. Let me think about this. I think what I did, you know what I think I did? I cut it in half. There's a certain way to do it. I'm trying to think about how I did it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at the back, because people were asking me how I cut it in half the last. Ha ha ha. This is what, you guys, this is taking it apart and like looking at it. Should have done this the other night. So I cut it in half like that. Okay, so hold it like this. And cut it in half like this. Okay, we'll put this back on now. Okay, I'm glad you got it. We're gonna just put this guy back on, you guys. This is what, when you're not certain of something, you just take it off and then put it back on. So let's get that guy back on here, like so. Okay, now what we have to do is glue. We'll put a little bit of glue here and here. And oh, I don't know if that was right. I feel like, oh yeah, it is. There it is. Okay, perfect. We got a little bit of yellow showing on the top and the side. And then we're gonna have a little bit down on this side. Like that. I'm good with something like that. I feel like it's skinnier and skinnier and taller, but that's okay. It's still, you know what? We didn't find that yellow flower. Wait for it. Where could that little yellow flower have gone? It's on a block somewhere, and it's not these. It's not those. Not those. My guy moved on me. Hang on. We're gonna rearrange my wares here. There. Okay. So the little yellow flower, am I missing it? And I just don't know. What we'll do is we are gonna clean. So there's that little baby yellow flower, leaf, actually, I keep calling it a flower. It's a leaf. And I just stamped it a bunch of times down there on it. And so I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one and we'll use this instead. And I don't know. We're gonna improvise. I'm gonna stamp off though. We're gonna put a little bit there. And we're gonna put a little bit there. And there. So we just added some different yellow leaves. Right? That's what Diane would say. All right, tear and tape, action again. We need to do a loop. What did I do? A loop, and a tail. So let's get some of this stuff prepped back here. We're gonna have it coming out on this side and this side. So let's get this. Tigger took it. Oh, he did. Hang on, it's on the floor. Oh, that little... Gene Maxwell, you are right. He knocked it off when we were doing the live, and this was on the floor, and that turkey butt. Okay, that's kitten of mine. He did, he took it. You were so correct. All right, you guys, I'm glad that we figured that out. We're all good to go now. But we got big leaves. It's okay. So we're going to do a loop. See, you guys, it really is teamwork around here. All right, loop, tail, tape, you guys, I was a little antsy. I didn't want to wait for it. Sorry. All right. I'm going to trim off that little edge there. The big leaf looks okay too. I'm good with that. Gail doesn't care. Gail's pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy, if you ask me. She's like, whatever. All right. And there we've got it. Loop, loop, tail. Tape. Hold that down. And let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that's really nice and secure. And we're going to prep this with some dimensionals back here. Let's talk about our arrows here. These are potentially longer. Nope, that one's exactly the same. The pink one's longer, you guys. I did notice that. It's okay. What I did on these is I popped the end up with a dimensional. And we're going to put tear and tape for the other. I like my banners to kind of be fluttering in the wind, is what I say. So it's raised up over here and it's flat over there. And you see the ribbon coming out from underneath a little bit. And the pink one is a little longer than what this one is. And if that's gonna be the case for everybody, all you need to do is, if you want it shorter, is take your scissors and cut it off and go with it like that. And I also did pop up the end on this one, and I used tear and tape on this. So again, that one's fluttering in the wind. And it kind of is nestling inside the yellow one. And then we have this guy ready to go. And that hello kind of sits right in there. You know what? I want this to be shorter. Somehow what happened, I'm going to trim that. And you know what? I'm going to trim this top one. However I cut that, it just was a little bit longer than I wanted it. I'm going to put that right in here. Like that. Okay. So we've got our flying seagull card, you guys. And we've got that. So when you're making these, if you want to see this flower, I'm noticing if you want to see this flower a little bit more, just drop everything. Bring everything down maybe 1/8 of an inch, and you could squish everything a little bit lower, because I'm seeing it looks like the same height. No, mine's a little higher. Like I have this one higher than my original. And that's okay, but just depends what you want. And then now what you could do is stella it up and put your bling on it, okay? So you can see here I got a lot because of it being the frosted beads, but I went crazy with them. They're all over the place. All right. Whew, you guys. So again, Flying Seagull is going to be next week. We are doing the Greatest Journey one using the Flying Seagull. So thanks to Susan Campfield for her idea. She also did a vertical Flying Seagull card, so I got to figure that one out yet. Okay, that one goes on the done pile. And now we're going to grab this guy. So what you guys need to do is pull this one in. You need 4 of these strips. So grab 4 of them, grab this piece, grab a little label, grab one of the white pieces, grab one of these that's die cut already, and grab one of these. The rest are going on the pile for Gail to finish her own. So with this, you guys, you gotta be very careful because the die got cut really close to the edge because it just barely fits in here. What you could do is take your steel rule or take your bone folder and put it right up to it like this and help it with the folding, right? And do the same on this side. Put the steel rule right up to the edge like that. That'll help with the folding. Okay. Then this guy goes back this way. And then this one goes back that way. I did that opposite. Hang on. This one needs to go this way. I got so excited and then I did it backwards. It doesn't matter because it can get folded the opposite direction, no problem, you guys. But this needs to go this way and this goes that way. Okay. I looked at it, I'm like, okay, so it needs to go like this, you guys. Okay, so down, out. Okay, so that's one. And then like this. Right, so that. So go in kind of like that and then out. So what happens is these are going to get married up together like that. We're going to glue them together just on the sides. She did a flying finch. Okay, very cool. Yeah, the flying finch might be the vertical one. She did a, like that one, a shorter one. Okay, we need to get this designer paper glued in here. So let's do that. And so we got that done. So this is going to go in the inside, like so. And then you guys have options. You could do liquid glue, you could do tear and tape, whatever you want. I'm gonna do a little tear and tape down this edge here. And I'm gonna do, if you guys go over on the tear and tape, don't worry, you can always just roll it back. And I'm gonna do another line of tear and tape right there. So it's like the top, okay? And the main thing is, here's a trick, you guys. I should have told you this before you're putting tape on it. But if you hold these up together and one of them is just a hair longer, you can either live with it or you can trim it. It's such a minute hair for me that I'm not gonna even attempt to try to cut it. But the main thing now is this needs to go like this. And I had it the right way. My die cutting was the other way. Okay, so, okay. So this is really close. The side that's really close to the edge, I'm gonna put that on this side so that it gets covered up, okay? So the main thing is now get this straight, you guys. The biggest favor you can do for yourself is to line this up as best you can. Because if you line it up good, then it should fall down good on the other side, nice and straight. So there's that. And now what I'm gonna do is I personally, I know I'm gonna do two different glues. That side I used tear and tape because I wanted it to stick. Now I'm gonna use liquid glue on this side because I want a little wiggle room when I put this down. I'll just do a little like that, and then I can always adjust if I need to. Okay, let that bond. And now we've got that ready. The side does hang over slightly, so I am going to take my scissors and I'm just going to follow it right up the edge and trim off any overhang. You could do the same thing with your scissors back here, but it's such a small amount that I'm not going to worry about it. All right, and then again, the side that has the smaller bit over here is going to get covered up. Now we can go ahead and glue these guys. You don't need a lot. It's like that dot, dot, not a lot. I'm just going to do a line down the middle here. Like this. Okay. There's no rhyme or reason to these. They just fit right on the side here. Like that. There's one. There's two. Flip it over. 3. And 4. Just like so. Okay. Now, let's do our stamping. And we got to clean these just a little bit because we have used, oh, that's the big flower, but we'll clean this guy. And I suppose we'll clean, we might need that. I'm not sure what's been used here. Everything got disoriented when we looked for the block and the stamp. Hi, Mary Carls, and she says, beautiful cards this afternoon. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. All right, so let's grab this back, and we're gonna grab now Petal Pink and Soft Succulent. Guys, Soft Succulent is going to be retiring. So we're gonna do here Petal Pink with the big flower. And that's gonna go, oh, I used the little flower, but you know what? The big flower is good. It's all inked up. We're going for the big. Stamp off, that can get cleaned. I think that's it for Petal Pink. Soft Succulent, we're gonna do Hooray, It's Your Day. If you want, this would be a good opportunity to put a little bit of Stella on there beforehand. Give it a moment to dry though, right? Don't go straight for it, because sometimes it'll bleed. So there's our happy birthday on the back. And then we're gonna do Hooray, It's Your Day. And we need some leaves then. I'm going to use this guy. I'm going to put them in at an angle here. And this one, oh man, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do just a few, I guess, like that. Just coming up the edge. All right, I think we got the stamping done. So this one you're gonna need to find some flowers now. Flower. I gotta go back to Gail's pile and get her flowers. So this goes on the back, like that. And then let's grab her flowers. Now, let's look at what we've got here for this side one. There are some in here that we can actually use. In all honesty too, like some of these you can use them and just use one of the leaves. That one is so close. I think we're just gonna use it. And you guys, there are dies. By the time I stand up and go get the die machine, I feel like I could have these cut out because they're not too hard to cut out. So we're gonna do a set of 3. Of course, I'm using my glue scissors, can you tell? So that one has a kind of a straight edge like that. I'm just gonna round it off, make it look like it was intentional, like there. And then we need a 2. So let's just grab the 2 out of here. We're gonna go like that. Again, the dies actually fit, you guys. So you could go to your machine and die cut if you have the dies. If you don't have the dies, then you can't, right? There's those 2. And then we're gonna grab one of these sheets with the pink, these flowers here, the lighter pinky ones. And it's that smaller flower. So we're gonna grab this guy out of here. And you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna fussy cut it really quick. If I would have been on my A game, you guys, I would have die cut these ahead of time. But this just goes to show you that if you don't have the dies and you don't get this set, it's okay. This class is not gonna be that much harder to have to fussy cut out flowers. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take glue dots. They're over here. And I'm going to adhere my leaves. I'm gonna put the glue dots right at the tips of the leaves, or like where they come together. And we're gonna get this 3 one on here. Hi, Suzanne. This one's gonna go over here, right? That's gonna come up there. And then this one is, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna put this dimensional here and right here. Okay, got the dimensional. And I think that this little guy, we're gonna cut just a baby dimensional to come up the edge, right? I think right there. You just don't wanna have it being over the edge because it's gonna catch back here. So we're gonna put this down right about here. Now we can kind of eyeball This is gonna go right about here. And then let's find a little spot for our leaf to hang out, so it's not going off the edge of our card, but something like that, okay? So now, move these guys. Now we need some ribbon. So we're gonna grab the tear and tape back. Oh, we got loop, loop, tail, tail, loop, loop, tail, tail. You guys, if you didn't tell, I like to do that a lot. Oh, you're not that fond of the bird card, and that's okay. I was wondering, have you seen it for game night? Do you like it in that fashion? You guys gotta be careful. Any kind of glue you put here, you gotta make sure you cover it up because you don't want it to stick on that back panel. So I'm gonna do here, let's see, I'm gonna do a loop, and then a tail coming out. I think I want to do, I got that secure. I'm gonna do another tail over here. So it's kind of like fitting florets in a sense, you guys, that we got lots of it going on here. I'm gonna put this across the entire back just to hold that. And there's nothing sticky there now, which is good. And I want one more tail coming up right here. I want to pick that off, and I want this tail coming up right in there somehow. It's like you're gonna feel like a floral arranger. And that's gonna go here. All right, so there's part of it. Now we gotta do the bottom part though too. So grab yourself that tear and tape, prep the bottom right here. We're gonna do loop. This ribbon is getting a workout tonight, you guys. So we're gonna do a loop, and you gotta make sure it catches on something back there. And it's just a little bit of tape, and then I'm holding it with my finger back there, and then this, we're gonna secure this all with tear and tape. I'm gonna rip that one off on the edge, and that's how we get another tail, two tails next to each other. Sandy's giving me the hearts. Yay! Hi, Connie Moore from Ohio. And then I'm gonna secure that. So, you guys, that's what I got for you. A whole lot of ribbon coming out of that flower. And that's going to nestle on here now. And how does it nestle? Dimensionals. Let's line this side with dimensionals. So that's gonna all secure there. We're gonna cut a little one to go up the edge right here. You gotta be careful that you don't put adhesive on any part that hangs into the circle. All right, so then this sits right, that little dimensional is actually, you can see it. So we're gonna cut it off a little bit. And then we could also, you cannot put anything sticking here, right? Because otherwise it's not gonna be able to lay open like this or pop open like this. I did notice, oh, Mom's calling me. I'm almost done, Mom. I hope you know that. I hope you can read my mind. All right, that's it, you guys. Like, we got that one done. Again, you're gonna have to embellish and Stella it, but that was the meat and the potatoes of this amazing, beautiful card, you guys. So, main thing is don't put any, yes, you can see the tape like that. I get that, but who's gonna look behind there like that? Because ultimately you're gonna see it like this. Ken, there we go. Okay, good job. Nice work. Last one. Doing okay. Grab your card kits, you guys. It's the last pile to choose from. And you're going to need one of these, one of those, and they're different sizes. Grab a strip for the inside. Grab one of these. Now, you have one of each of these. You need to grab the yellow, which is for that guy. You need the arm. You need the mat for this guy. Thanks, Jean Maxwell. Thanks, Holly. And then you're gonna need a white. You're gonna need a saffron. And you're gonna need this one. So the rest of this can go back for Gail. Okay, and we have a little bit of stamping and some flowers we need to get. All right, Mary Carls, if you're watching, you could text my mom and tell her I'm doing my live. And if she really has an emergency, she should call me again and I'll make sure I hang up. But if she doesn't have an emergency, you could tell her that I will call her as soon as I'm done. All right, so let's clean these up really quick. And you know what? Tigger also knocked the sponge dauber on the floor. That was for this class. If you guys watched me earlier, you probably heard that land on the floor. So on this one, we're going to stamp the thank you. So this is not a square. So you want to make sure it's not vertical like this. It's actually horizontal. We're going to use the So Soft Succulent. And we need to grab the thank you. And let's get that inked up. It's in the center like this. Boom. Okay. There's nothing on the inside. I'm going to go to the floor and get the dauber really quick. Here it is. I'm so happy you said that, Jean Maxwell. Otherwise, I would have been like, where's the dauber? I would not have looked for it on the floor. So I'm just going to sponge the edges slightly here. It's full of fur. Or like fuzzies. Tigger. Kitten. Okay. Guys, what happened? So when we call him Kitten because he's still a kitten, right? But when he gets to be bigger, we're going to call him Bigger Tigger. Otherwise, now we call him Kitten a lot. All right, so there's that. You guys, that's it for the stamping. You guys, these, I'll be honest, these were not very, so if you were looking for stamping, these were not cards that were very heavily involved with stamping. All right, so we need to do some gluing. Let's get some gluing done. So this one, this, we could do this. And we're gonna burnish this right away. And we're gonna, you guys, there's a little score line. It's for your arm. Okay, you ready for it? Okay, before you do the gluing, I do highly recommend, thanks for liking and sharing Melanie Foyle. Jean Maxwell, Tigger's inside. I didn't bring him out here for this class. He was a lot to keep track of last for the Happening Now video. I'm going to trim that just a hair. So that's what's so nice, you guys. You gotta, if you can just trim things slightly before you put glue on them, it really does make a difference. And I'm gonna do one more little hair here. Like that. Okay, now I think we're good to go. All right, guys, ready for some glue happinesses? All right, we're gonna do this one, that side, this, not ready for that. This though, we can do. Okay, thanks, Mary Carls, I appreciate that. All right, so you guys, this goes right on the inside, like this. I have it flush to the edge, like that. Then this one goes onto the little soft succulent mat. This one goes here. This one goes on here. Very little So Saffron showing, just enough. And then this little guy is our inside strip. If it's a hair long, we'll be able to trim it, no problem. I have it on the left-hand side though. I'm not gonna stamp a sentiment on this one, I'll let it be. But if it is hanging over, just take your scissors and cut that off. Now, we can keep gluing. So this can get glue, this can get glue, this can get glue, not that yet. All right, so let's get this down like this. So make sure you do it right and not upside down. So that goes on here, like that. The white goes on the saffron here. This one goes on the arm here. And now this gets glue. And that can go. Oh, thanks, Laura Sullivan. Remember, your strip goes on the left side. This will go in here, like that. Okay. All right. Now we're going to grab our tear and tape. And we're going to do our ribbon sandwich. So I got my 4 pieces lined up. And we have enough that we need just okay, I'm gonna wait for 1 second because I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this. So ultimately there's no dimensionals or adhesive underneath where my fingers are right now. So what I would do is I would shut this, put 2 dimensionals right there, and I'd set the label. Oh, Tyler's home. Ooh, he left early. Okay, I'd put this here like that. So that's gonna secure that down. Now I know where my ribbon's gonna go, okay? So make sure it's down low enough here. And we want the ribbon to go right, I got it right next to it. So right about there. Oh, did I not put tape there? Oh yeah, it's there, perfect. Then there's that. That ribbon's in the right spot. And now that we have, oh, I just barely caught it there. So now that we have that done, now we can put this inside piece in. So let's put that on the inside now. So you want to make sure you don't have the tear and tape too close to the edge. And that covers up the ends. All right, so far so good, you guys. So this is going to go in here like that. Oh, we need flowers. So now you're going to grab flowers from the other sheet. And there are 2 of them. So we're going to go for these 2. If I had a Vanna White right here now, she would be my assistant. And she would have had these die cut for me. Again, these 2 dies are in the die set. So you could always die cut them if you wanted. But you guys, if you see this, they're not that terribly difficult to die cut. So that guy is going to go down here. And then this one is the one for the top. So there's 2 different sizes of flowers. Oh, thanks, Melanie Foy. Again, you guys, if you're just catching this and you haven't gotten this class from me and you are wanting it, I am going to start a list, and I'm planning to kit up either 4 or 8 more, depending on what people are wanting. If not a lot, I'll do 4, but if I have enough, I will do 8. So putting that out there in case anybody's interested. So there's that, and then on this one, you guys, there is a leaf right here. We can use this guy, and this was the scrap from earlier. So we're going to use this one here. And we're going to have to grab out a 3-1 from the rest. So that guy's up there, and then I have to just cut into one of these. We're going to go for this one right here. So that's what's nice about this. You can use these leaves instead of having to use stamps, and then they're all colored for you as well. Like this, like that. Okay, so we got this stuff ready to go. Now what happens is this is actually attached to that right here. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna drop a little bit of liquid glue right here. It's okay, I know the leaf isn't down. I like to get my flower where I want it. And then the leaf is going to get attached right behind here. So I'm gonna put a glue dot on the top of it, so that gets tucked behind, and then we're going to sneak this in right there. And I am going to follow up with a little bit of glue right there, so that holds that down. Okay, so far so good. And then this guy up here, you can only put a little bit of pop-up right there. And I'm gonna put a little bit of pop-up right, so these guys right next to each other. And what happens is that flower is gonna attach there, and then the leaf is gonna tuck underneath here, like something like that. So I'm just gonna put a couple glue dots. Thanks, Carmen Sanders. I'm glad that you love them all. This was a fun class. My fussy cutting talents are amazing. Thanks, Sandy. You guys, I did forget to mention in the what's happening video, like what's coming up next, I completely forgot one class to talk about. I started to do a kit class, and I will find out tomorrow what the new kit is for the month of April, but I will be throwing a kit class on the books as well for you guys. So just know that that's coming as well. All right, so there's that. Now, this needs a little bit of help right here, okay? But we can only put a little bit of glue more like right here. So I'm going to pop a little dot of liquid glue right there to help hold that down. And again, you got a bunch of different gems on here. You can put some, you can save some of these yellow ones here for the centers of these flowers. That would be super pretty. And you could add some of the soft succulent ones in here, some of the pink ones. That would be a nice addition. And let's see here. I gave this a second to dry. So what happens, oh, we're not done. There's a little overhand knot bow. Just make a little overhand guy, like that. I think we're done with that, so I'll put you away, my friend. All right, so just like that. So we're gonna give this to Gail all ready to go like this. Tape that down for her. And I'm gonna use a little glue dot. I'm gonna tuck it right in the nook right there. And that's going to go like that. And just trim your tail there. I love it, you guys. All my little scraps are on there and I could just toss it in the garbage. All right, so this opens up like that. And when you go to shut it, you just have to be careful and put that like that. And then I like to get that little guy right on the top. Okay, yay. So let's show you the cards we made. Not really stellaed and not really embellished, but that's okay because Gail can have some fun doing that. They would be nice Mother's Day cards, you betcha. They sure would. So we've got all of these cards that we just pulled out of this class today. Yay. All right, so you guys, just a reminder, the Frosted Beads should be back sometime in May, and you can always add those to an order as soon as they're back in stock. The stamp set is available at the moment. The dies are out of stock at the moment. So you could always wait and get the bundle later, or you could always get the stamp set now and the dies later. You have 5 extra envelopes. We talked about that at the beginning of class. You've got a whole roll of ribbon and embellishments to do what you want with your cards. You have gonna end up with 15, so 3 of each of these cards. What is your favorite? Always like to know what you guys like the best. Just so I'm curious, right? I think my favorite is, I don't know, there's something about that one that I love. I love the layout and I love that flower. This flower right there. I do love this one a lot too because I love peacock. I love the pretty peacock, it's so cool. I love that one, I love that one, I love that one. I love the fold on this one. So I think they all are amazing in my mind. Thanks, Sandy Hinniger. Gwen says they're amazing too. All right, so you guys, not to be rushy, but what we're going to do is pull out my book really quick and do the door prize drawing. Oh, there's Gail's extra paper. Let's put this with it. And Gail's extra, her sheet here. All right, so you guys, France said every card is beautiful. So France, my plan is as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna get right on my computer, and before I go in and get ready, I'm going to update the pricing so that that is accurate for you. Purple pen, where are you? I'll use a pencil. There's the purple pen. Here's the pencil. Okay, so let's see here. All right, I'm gonna include Susie in here because she's on the list. They're all stunning. You guys like the peacock, the last one, the thank you. You guys are going to have to watch the replay. If I did that a little bit fast, I knew that my time was winding down. And so I might have done it a little fast. But that's why it's awesome to have a replay. All right, so I'm going to go to random number generator, and we're going to put in here 62 people. And we're going to pick 2, you guys, so that, because there's enough in here that 62 is great. All right, so I'm going to drop the camera down, and I've got 62. We're going to hit generate number 27. 27 is Karen Stig. Yay, Karen, congratulations. And the next one is 14 is over here. We have Jeannie Parker. Yay, Jeannie. Yay, Karen. Awesome, awesome. So I'm very excited. Thank you, everybody, for taking this class with me. I think that this is one of my favorite classes. I loved designing the fitting florets class, too. I'll say it every time. I love flowers. I don't care, and I know other people might be like, oh, I'm so over flowers. I'm so sick of flowers. And I get that, right? I completely get it. If you don't want to buy more flowers, you don't have to buy more flowers. But I love the flowers, and I'm never disappointed by flower sets that Stampin' Up! Comes out with, especially when they have dies. So I've been starting to weed through and put my die set or my flower sets that don't have dies onto like the used stamp sale after they've retired, and then I keep the ones that have the dies. And so I love flowers. So it was so much fun. Yes, Susan Bellamy, I have to go. That is the plan. So I'm gonna go to try to straighten this hair out, and I'm gonna get that updated to say 14. And again, if you guys ever want to get tutorials from me and you want to save $1 or save that convenience fee, because remember, the convenience fee is when you buy them through my website. So if you ever want to save the $1 or $2, it might not mean a lot, but if you want to save that, you can always pay me outside of the system, like with PayPal or Venmo or a check. People do that a lot. And I would just email you the tutorial. If you get it through my website, just know it. My website emails it to you instantaneously, or like very soon after you pay for it. So, yeah, you guys. I think the next thing that I'm planning to do is a last chance video of everything that is going to be retiring. I had thought Sunday, but now I've heard I'm going out to my parents' house to help clean out the shop on Sunday, and I won't be here to do what I want. So I don't know if I'm going to do that video on Sunday. Otherwise, it'll be on Monday. Okay. So yes, congratulations to Jeannie and to Karen. Yay, and thanks to everybody for watching. You guys, we had a great audience today. It was awesome. Don't forget to hit the like and the share this video, and let me know if you need anything, if you want to get signed up for April classes or what's coming up in May. You guys, I got my book ready. I won't be doing it tonight, but over the weekend, I'll make sure to get you guys signed up. Thank you so much, Ileana. All right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you. We'll see you the next time. I'm going to count to 10, and then I'll end it. But love you long time, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.